crazy situation. Not too much of a second half there. Tyloo tried to get back into the game, but Vici closed it out eventually with some pretty solid gameplay, although there was those couple of mistakes there that Tyloo really it couldn't have made if they wanted to get back into the game. Beautiful one-tap to finish, as you did see there. But we have a third map to get to. But before we do, it is time for the post-match discussion, and we are joined again by Kev, who has come from... where'd you come from, by the way?
I was behind the curtains.
Yes.
Not the one from Harry Potter, otherwise I'd be dead. There's no way coming back from behind those curtains for sure. So, yeah. No Department of Mysteries for me. That game wasn't really too mysterious for me, in all honesty. Tyloo and their T-side looking way too one-dimensional, and that's just not good enough. You can't really just try to take Banana and just completely fall away and pretend you have map control there. It's a case of, I think Pili brought it up, let's pretend that we can't see them, because if we can't see them, then they won't be there. Doesn't work against Vici like that.
Yeah, really didn't work out there, but as we are getting ready for the third, Tyloo looked very, very lost. And look, Vici at least finally finding that form. If they had that on Overpass, we'd be going home already because that was so one-sided. I don't expect to see Mirage looking like that either. We know Vici's Mirage, not quite their best map, and Tyloo, they are certainly not quite there to make it look like theirs either. So maybe we're looking like it's going to be a much closer affair.
Yeah, it might be. It's an interesting map to sort of head things up on Mirage. It's been one that's super shaky for Vici, and it's been one that Tyloo, you know, haven't necessarily had a lot of time to work with this lineup, but they've had a couple of games on it at least, so it'll definitely be an interesting one. Honestly, that game really reminded me of some of the initial group stages games that in Road to Rio that filled me with confidence, which was just that Zouking was absolutely banging and Kaze was having some good performances as well, and those are probably two of the more aggressive players on Vici. So if those two guys are firing up, you're going to see them get into the action and actually go out and take initiative and really take over the game for Vici, and Tyloo could never really recover from that.
Yeah, when we saw that, there's one thing I actually do want to bring up, which is, you know how you guys said it was a 17 or 18% win rate? It's made even worse right now. So what did I tell you, lads? That's all I have to say. There's a reason why I don't think Tyloo should be picking it.
Well, that's it. The stats don't lie. And speaking of, Zouking here went huge on Inferno with 119 ADR, 1.6 KD, 25 kills for the whole map as well. And look, the map wasn't that long, so 25 kills in a, 20 rounds, 22 rounds, I think it was in the end. That's a pretty good situation to be in.
Yeah, I mean, compare Zouking from first map versus second map, and that's a classic summary of Zouking as a player. He's either off or he's on, and when he's on, he's winning you games. So it's really going to be a question of which one of the Zoukings is really going to turn up to the next game. I'm kind of wondering whether he's a player that sometimes gets a little bit motivated by getting smacked out of the server and getting pushed around by some of these Tyloo aimers, and maybe he's a kind of player that gets motivated by that and wants to go back and show him that he can do that as well.
Yeah, well, maybe so. I mean, even in Overpass, we look at how Vici didn't really have the best performance. He was still actually the best performer out of the lot, actually, I feel like. So outside of, I think it was Orman, but Orman, a lot of the time, it was at the end where he was getting a couple of exit kills, not really getting the entries. So, look, it's going to rely... This is just down to how you're going to predict what's going to be happening in the final map. Inferno is just... What we saw in Overpass, it just happened in reverse.
That's it. And then the mirror at the end of the day. Speaking of mirrors, we've got Mirage coming up as the third and final map to decide the series. Who's going to be going straight to the grand final and who is going to go down to that lower bracket? Find out after this break.
take you away. Fade without a trace. Electric eyes paralyzed me in the moment. Summer kiss and heat waves got me frozen. 'Cause I'm falling for you. 'Cause I'm falling for you. You and me on the sun-kissed LA beach. You and me on the sun-kissed LA beach. Electric eyes paralyzed me in the moment. Yeah, come on. Show me the money.
It's time to get sunny. It's time for Mirage. And oh my God, coming back straight to the stats, 7% pistol round win rate for Vici. Billy was pointing straight towards it. I'm so confused. I didn't think it could look as bad as that with 7 matches played.
And look, with Vici winning that map last night, the night before last against old mates on Lucid, actually their Mirage win rate's gone up a little bit. But if you're going to talk about 18% win rates, leaving Mirage in as a third map, it was pretty close to that for Vici the other night, Kev. So I don't know how you're feeling about that.
Look, I don't even know what to make at this stage, right? You look at your statistics and everything, you can go, yeah, look, this is favouring Tyloo, but it's really just down to who's going to be shooting who in the server, which is also fun to predict. How am I meant to predict it in the moment? The problem is like, you go from Overpass, where you have Tyloo in form, looking like they're just dueling, and then it goes straight onto Inferno, it just flips around. What's going to happen here? No one knows.
Don't you have the script? I know exactly how this round's going to go.
Well, put it
Pistol
up.
round. Vici's going to lose this pistol again, you know. Stats don't lie. Why are you trying to play around it?
You can keep your stats. I'll take the magic here because this is where all of a sudden everything flips on its head. Like Vici just win every single pistol and you go, that's a cool 7%. Now they've just got an 100%. That's amazing. How does this happen? How could you dumb me like this, Vici Gaming?
You can't go to 100%.
No,
the
as in you
game.
win 100% for the game.
You can't go 100% from 7%.
No,
I've
just for
done-
the
well,
game.
I've done the maths.
If you can't do that, then why did the teams
Kev,
do that?
We've had this discussion off camera before, and we came to the conclusion that I am the mathematician.
You definitely got the glasses for it and the teacher mustache.
Thank
I would
you.
listen. I would sit down and listen to you in the classroom, mate.
Yeah, I would as well. I'd respect you as a teacher for sure. I give the man a bit of praise and he's just frozen. Is this the first time that he's heard praise? I know it's a little bit chilly
No,
in here,
no,
but
sorry.
cry.
he's
I'm
tearing
crying,
up a
Matt.
little bit. Oh, it's okay.
It's very late. I'm usually asleep by this
It's
time.
all right, Mr.
Kev.
McLeod. I respect you, and I love your work that you do over
Look,
here as a
teachers-
mathematician.
Teachers are boomers, and I'm not a boomer, okay? But we do have Mirage just
Okay, boomer.
around the bend. And look, Pilly, you are not going to be joining us for the match. It is going to be myself and Kev bringing you all the action for the final map of the night. So I want to know, how do you think this map is going to go? Give me your score.
You asking me for a prediction, or are you asking me for my score? Because this is my prediction at this point. Tyloo.
Is
Tyloo
that
to
because
take it.
it's because you got tails and Tyloo starts with T? Seriously, this is probably the best prediction that we're going to get, and that's the problem, right? You can go into this matchup, you can go historically how these teams have faced off, and it's just been thrown out the window in the last 2 maps.
Also, I'll go with Tyloo just because I feel like they're a little bit more stable on Mirage as well. If I'm going to put some logic behind it, also I feel like they have the edge when it comes to just playing without the pressure. They're a little bit more consistent in terms of bringing the firepower across the board. Whereas I do feel like a Vici victory in this series is going to be predicated on relying on those individuals to show up, and they have shown that they're a little bit more inconsistent than some of these Tyloo players.
Yep. Fair enough. I'd agree with that summary. I don't know. I'd just favour a little bit over towards Vici at this stage, but really, ball game in anyone's case, like I said, the coin flip was probably actually more accurate than our indication or predictions of anything.
I told you, I read the script. Let's go back over it. Why do you keep acting like there is not a script? Have you not seen the molding betters in chat? I know we've all been looking at it, because some of them are just completely losing it. And it's Mirage. There's so many entry routes all over the map for whoever's on that T side to entry through. Someone's always going to be wrong. And it's always us at the end of the day.
I don't know about that. I reckon I'm pretty good
No,
today
you're not.
with predictions.
Prediction.
I'm pretty good with my predictions so far today.
That was the best joke.
prediction
Look,
was
cannot wait
actually
to
solid.
take that sentence and just have like what's the thing?
I'm actually being cyberbullied at the
theme
moment.
music
What
to
the
it.
hell, guys?
All I'm saying is I've heard you crack some rib ticklers, but that is the best one you've made all
Oh.
night.
Can't believe I'm being bullied like this. This is just absolutely terrible. Like, for once I get something right in my life and I'm feeling happy and it's just all torn down again. It feels like I'm at high school trying to get my parents' approval. It's just never going to happen at this stage.
I can see the darkness through the smile, but it's okay. Look,
Unfortunate.
I'll help you. I'll help you through the progress as we do go through the final map of the night. So this is big, though. You know, the loser will be going to the lower bracket, the winner over to the grand final, securing at least $5,000. And look, speaking of, here you are, the Asia playoff bracket. Down on the lower bracket, there you got Beyond Esports rather, and Lucid Dream, who will be battling for their life to try and make that lower bracket run. The winner of that will play the loser of this current matchup, Tyloo and Vici. It's pretty much a best of one at this point.
Yeah, it is a best of one. Also, they're kind of playing for that one map advantage in that grand final, which is going to be, I would say, pretty relevant. If you're looking at a Vici, you know, it's good to just be able to ban out a map that you don't want to be playing and just have that sort of inconsistency that you have be negated a little bit by not having as many maps to go through. If you're Tyloo, you're such a new team that maybe you actually don't want to play that wide of a map pool, and being able to have that one map advantage could sort of put you over the top in sort of centralizing what maps you want to play and making them less.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're saying a best of 5, but it's actually just 4 maps, so... And you can already see that it's already middle of the pool a lot of the time. We're on Mirage, Inferno at this stage. I mean, we did see Overpass earlier. I guess the issue is just, once again, it's just down to who's feeling it on the day, right? So,
Yeah.
I agree completely with Peely. Whoever's got that one map advantage probably is going to be able to take the grand final. Look, and the reason why I say that, I don't think the Thai teams will be able to compete, and that's the reality of it. We saw, saw yesterday, 2 days ago, the result of that, 2-0s. I'd say pretty clean 2-0s for the Chinese teams over the Thai compatriots.
Yep.
And there's a reason for that in the moment. The roster's a little bit more stable. Firepower is there, as well as the strategy.
Well, I have received word that Tyloo has won the knife round and they've chosen to start on the CT side. Now, I'm getting pretty tired. I've been tripping over my words a bit, and I noticed my shoelaces are untied, so I'll be back in a moment if you boys just don't mind.
No
Well,
worries.
I don't think the teams can afford to trip over either, Max, so it's good to come into this game fully prepared. I mean, looking onto Mirage, interesting to see them start on the CT side as opposed to the T side, because I feel like this matchup has been pretty momentum-based. Whoever gets off to a strong start usually ends up rolling over their opponent, and that's something you can definitely do on the T side of Mirage. So not choosing to start on the T side might end up coming back to bite them if Vici get off to a good start here.
Yeah, that's it, because every time we've seen Tyloo on the T side, they've been looking relatively decent over the past couple of days, past couple of weeks, but today that T side on Inferno, ooh, shocking. So look, over on the defense, they might have a better opportunity to get that momentum going, and from what we've seen, you know, they aren't going to hold back. They're going to be running straight towards Vici.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Mirage is going to be a map better than Inferno for that, where you can actually just group up all your forces on one side and execute and just manage to make it work out. If it doesn't work, I mean, Vici didn't look too good on their T side either, let's be realistic, when it came to Overpass. So, but it's just a case of, once again, how many times do these teams versed off against each other? How many times are they trying to read into the tendencies of what they do? We saw that earlier with the Oceanic Finals, where you saw they were trying to predict, trying to go off intuition. We might see the same coming into Mirage between Vici and Tyloo.
Speaking of Mirage, we're about to get into the final map of the night, final map of the series, and it's Peely who will be leaving us for this map. So I'm giving you one single word. Please describe how you think this map is going to go.
Good.
Thank you, Pilski. We'll see you after the map. Well, into the pistol we go. Tyloo there on the defense, looking to heavily stack that B site. 4 men over towards that position. Dan King solo at A, and it looks like they will be having to go for a retake on the A side.
Yeah, Orman and Advent, the two smokes. So you're probably seeing these smokes maybe cutting off this jungle and connector area instead. You've got the Molotovs and flashbangs to allow the water fall out, and DanKing not actually falling out just yet, trying to land a few shots. Eventually he's going to back away. It will be the A bomb site retake. 2 kits for the CTs to work with. Some action already happening at the CT spawn.
Vici. Solid positionings in the post plant, but they didn't maintain full control of CT, so Tyloo will be able to encroach forward. Flash comes through. Going to be dodged now, as the CTs are trying to be at the ready. DanKing's going to go for a reroute over towards jungle late, but the bomb's not going to be planted for that position. Slowly makes his way in with an entry, and he wants some more as well. Spotting the head of Orman, can't quite hit it, as now it is going to be the CT collapse all the way through. On the bomb, they've gone smokes there as well, and great coverage will allow that defuse to come through. First on the board for Tyloo, as Jamyoung falls right at the end.
Yeah, I mean, 2 sets of kits as well, so Tyloo were very confident playing it. I almost thought Vici had that as well. They did have that smoke grenade. They had 2 initially at the beginning. I thought they were going to use it for the stairs as well as jungle, but it was actually just a single smoke onto, I believe, jungle. They kept the second smoke for CT spawn, and I went, oh, this is actually really good. But they didn't have enough guns trained to take down the USPs. Tyloo swarmed in en masse, worked out to perfection. We are going to see the force fire coming out from Vici in the back of that bomb plant, though. Not much utility. Once again, just using the manpower, trying to get the guns working for them. But already, look at this aggression coming out from Slowly. He's taking this under his control. He's going to clear it out relatively soon.
So King, body shots aplenty, but doesn't knock down Summer just yet.
Oh, Slowly's hearing all of this at the moment. Slow and steady wins the race right now for Tyloo. That actually allows the rotation from somebody off into short, so the A site is so strong right now, Mac. It's going to all rely on the gun deals coming out. The good thing, though, the CTs don't have too much utility at the very least. It's really Attacker, and he's not in the position to drop it at Palace.
Yeah, that's it. 4 pieces still in his hands, and he has to fight here. He can't really utilize it. Might be able to drop a smoke here at Palace, but as it hits the 50-second mark, he's going to be running out of time. Great entry coming out from Zoking. It's Jamyoung to find another now, just creating so much space here on the A site. Summer so low, and with the FAMAs, he is not going to be able to find a thing. You know, the 2v4, really, what can Tyloo do? Somebody is hungry, though. As the flank comes through from Slowly, he shut down. Somebody has to do everything himself, finds himself almost the third. But 3 HP remains on Zoking as Vici take their first round on the force buy.
Yeah, and that's just thanks to Zoking getting the double kill with the Galil as well. The entries onto the A-bomb site, absolutely perfect in all honesty, and that was the problem we were highlighting earlier. Attacker was the one with the utility. That smoke grenade dropped. You could see Jamyoung also shooting it so someone else could pick it up so they could use it later on in case they had to. So already, nice and early on, the CT economy absolutely broken. They can still afford an M4 on DanKing somehow.
Slower approach from Vici this round. 2 towards A main, 2 waiting for some mid-aggression. And it looks like it is potentially going to be the double pump. Smokes go through. But now it's Vici looking for some control up Con, maybe. Just committing to the short push. Bomb will be rotating all the way through now. Jamyoung with an entry over towards Con. But Tyloo positioned in good positions to deal with this.
Yeah, it's all up to DanKing, really. Just trying to draw as much attention. The longer that Slowly stays hidden, that's actually going to be very beneficial in the long run. As now you can see the collapse is starting to happen, but DanKing, he's doing so much damage right now. Now Slowly decides to chip in as Summer and DanKing have done the damage. That's perfection coming out from that B site hold. And Advent, he's only got a UMP. All the AK-47s lost in no man's land. So is the bomb. I say no man's land, but honestly, it's in control of Tyloo.
Slowly just waiting, looking for an angle here. Advent creeping forward, and he had a pretty solid match over on Inferno for Vici. But, oh, there it is, the information that Tyloo was looking for. M4 retrieved on the jump as well, and there it is. 2 on the board as Vici will get knocked down to much less money than they had initially.
That is a huge force buy victory for Tyloo. They invested absolutely everything. They lost 1 player early on, but Slowly is just able to make the single click work. That is absolutely disgusting coming out of Patience.
What?
Once again, Slowly and steadily wins the race right now for Tyloo.
He's on fire tonight. I'm going to feel so bad for him if Tyloo don't win this.
Look, still early days. Vici have forced up once again. The economy has just not been stabilized on either side. And Vici going for what looks like what they did on the pistol round. Waterfall out. 2 smokes coming over. 3 players on the A-bomb site. Here we go. Danking, first point of contact, is going to go for the spray down. Crossfire set up.
And it's just a complete catastrophe for Vici. The bloodbath on the A site comes through. Juices everywhere. His only attacker falls for Tyloo here.
And that's pretty big for Tyloo. Only losing a single gun. That's attacker with the MP9. You can bet your horses that he's going to be charging into somewhere to try to get a couple of kills. And it looks like he's going mid nice and early on. Vici also looking to go back to A one more time, but just Glocks this time around. So if they get the bomb plant down, that's very solid. But I'm not expecting a round victory, unfortunately.
Oh, and Danking again. He's been so aggressive all night, and he's going to continue to make it work, holding the spray. Summer chimes in, and even going to the secondary now. He wants to try to find a trade, but there's minimal bullets in his gun. Attacker, however, has plenty, and Foreman sticks that bomb plant to get the buff to the economy. So at least that one will come through. Only one casualty again for Tyloo, but off to a solid start on the third and final map of the series. It's going to be a 4-1 situation.
Yep. Good thing for Vici, though, they do manage to get the bomb plant down, so finally a proper buy round working in their favor. But this A bomb site's being held relatively well so far from Tyloo. That was only a single player really there. So, Orb's going to be out in the hands of Danking. But no response from Kaze in terms of the sniper rifle just yet. Opting to stay with the rifle, opting for the flexibility. As
Vici.
once again,
They're looking for some mid control here.
look at slowly. He's just pushed underpass again. He's just continually pushing forward. Normally you get a kill and you fall out. He gets a kill, he pushes forward, and he's pushing in again.
Yeah.
This guy's a madman at the moment. Am I watching overpass from Tyloo once again?
Mate, it's just Tyloo, you know? Everyone is taking tips from somebody. And the man is a W champion. I'd say a W warrior, but he makes it work all the time. So if not, why not?
And the problem with that for Vici is that they have to invest in so much just getting this unders control again. It's allowed slowly just to rotate off, completely reset the CT rotation. You've only have one over towards the palace area. You're not going to be able to read exactly what Tyloo's setup is. Somebody's literally just emptied about probably 2 or 3 clips over into B bomb, like into B app. So you don't know if he's close. He's flashing in as well.
Solid setup, great positions for Tyloo to deal with this push. Vici now with that bomb rotation back towards A. They've got the utility to go for the execute. Smoke at A main about to fade. But Tyloo, they're using some over towards A. Oh, good timing on that Molotov. Danking forcing Vici to leave this to the last minute.
Yeah, and you can already see that all the areas actually being covered. Danking actually uncharacteristically missing that shot means that he has to deploy the flashbang and just try to stay alive as long as possible. Summer in a one-and-done position at Sandwich. Is anyone going to check that is a real question. If you jump over from Tetris, this could be huge. And it's actually going to not be cleared as Summer gets the dink down onto Kaze. They're trying to tap away, but somebody able to get that spray down. And there it is, Tyloo clean up once again, 4 rifles alive. Even as Vici get the bomb plant down at this stage, it's starting to feel like a bit of deja vu at the moment. Whoever's on the CT side is just in complete control of the map.
Crazy to see that these teams that usually don't perform this well on the CT side are just on a tangent today, changing it up and making these CT sides look easy peasy. And look, this is how Counter-Strike used to look, right? The CT sides were always so dominant. We're starting to head back to that over in the Chinese region here. But a 5-1 scenario as we head into the 7th. Tyloo only losing 1 in the previous, has buffed that economy again slowly, almost on at 10k still after purchasing here. But Vici on the rifles as well. Early utility going to be used to look for some control in apartments here. Somebody pushing forward with that deep app smoke. Advent, though, doesn't want to dabble with the man. He's not going to go through, just waiting for that smoke to fade. Heaps of utility used at mid as well from Tyloo.
Somebody's actually in a really bad position here. Has a smoke grenade, but not really in the position to use it. No! He just whiffs his entire spray. That's the problem. The B site completely open now. So even though Summer gets rid of the flank, it's actually a 4-on-4 retake. Attacker, if he gets into a really solid position nice and early on, could deny some good post plants for the T side. The bomb plant hasn't even gone down just yet. And the fight's actually resolving in the favor of Tyloo at the moment.
Kaze shuts down slowly, so that is a great pick to get for Vici. 3v3, 2 men very low indeed, and Dan King edging forward.
Look at this late flank coming in from Jam Young, though. It's going to make all the difference as he gets the double kill over at Market, and Summer position compromise means that he has to get a bit of a wriggle on right now. And so many angles he needs to find. Bomb's going to be mollied out. Jam Young now coming into effect. Summer's actually going to miss that smoke grenade. I felt like I've seen that so many times tonight. The smoke grenade just missing over the incendiary grenade. Vici managed to grab one. And really, that's just down to somebody choking under the pressure there.
Really awkward situation, unable to deny it. And there's multiple awkward situations for Tyloo in that round. First off, you saw somebody just whiffing that spray completely. And look, the pressure is on. It is finals time, upper bracket finals. And you're going to see mistakes made like that. Molotov doesn't actually hit the mark. That smoke still encapsulating the window. And now Vici, they're going to be sending it up short quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you can already look at the player. That's Zoking actually just full fanging it up, but he's actually dealt with by Slowly, who's having a phenomenal game so far in Mirage. And the first arm of the B-side attack has been shut down relatively easily. No one's died from the CT side just yet. As Jam Young's actually going for that lurk out from Palace, it's actually going to be Summer underneath. No, he's on top as well. Finds the angle, and this has gone really problematic from Vici. They haven't even taken down a single gun off the CT side just yet.
Oh, Slowly. Didn't actually spot the jump into window, but deals with it anyway as that meant, manages to actually swing around in time. Somebody coming in to trade. And Tyloo continuing to wreak some devastation on Vici.
Yeah, I mean, the loss bonus isn't really fully there just yet. No, okay, so Summer was underneath and he just crept up at the right time, so... Oh boy, it's dire right now for Vici, I would say, because they're not really getting clean rounds on the board, not really even damaging the CT side economy. Once again, it looks like Tyloo just have the answers right now. Jam Young, that's not the kind of jam that you want to be eating, an HE grenade.
Oh, and somebody ambitious angle. Let's see if it works out. He spots the barrel swinging around and knows there's just a moment. Second man, not going to be tagged, but on the second attempt he is. Somebody will fall there.
Of course, it's like you take 2 shots and he just decides to re-aggress. That's an AWP that's actually can be taken right now. I don't know if Slowly was actually spotted into the underpass push. I think he was, because you look at Orman's attention. He's very committed into finding this underpass player. It's really down to who looks where, but it's a CZ at long range and Slowly comes out on top. 2v3 at the moment.
How to Slowly win that? That's crazy. Anyway. 2v3 now. Vici still looking to try to grasp another round from the edge of defeat. And there's going to be the rotation back through T-spawn now. Oh no, they've gone for mid instead. So still trying to figure out where they will head. Seems to be connector. And from this position, you've got Summer rather, over on Ticket. He has many angles to clear and just barely got off this line as Vici start to make their way forward. There it is, info spotted. Oh, the lineup as well. Summer smashes Vici out of the server.
That's disgusting as well. They're trying to find the timing, but Summer just comes in at the right time. Crosshair perfect, and yep, it's at the very least it's not 9-0.
Well, that's good.
That's the only positive thing I can say for Vici at the moment, because Tyloo are actually just manhandling them in most of these rounds. I think their economy is just out of control at this stage for CT Mirage. And once again, it's just the tale of the CT side is just steamrolling over the T side. The entry is not working. Vici, they try going slow, Slowly comes in. They try going fast, there's a guy called Slowly.
Well, I've got a question, Kev. I need you to answer it. What percentage chance do you think Vici have from coming back and making this half theirs?
I'll give it a high percentage and chance at the moment.
Okay.
So around 3.14, 15, 92, 35, 8979, etc., percent. You know how it is.
Will you lock it in, though?
I'd have to ask a friend there, to be honest, but I don't know if I can do that, Eddie.
All right, well, I believe Pilly's over behind that curtain. So.
I think he's just crying at the moment. He's watching this game and just going, impossible, impossible, this cannot be. Vici on the T side.
Well, let's
Oh.
see if Tyloo can lock another round down as well. Attacker in a solid position to deal with the bust, and in comes the util.
Yeah, out comes the Palace drop as well. Beautiful entry onto Summer, who really can't do much. An attacker out in the open as well is going to be picked off. Dan King, though, straight through the smoke grenade, is going to not only get the kill, but gives a little bit of a kiss right now to somebody who's rotating over to the B bomb site.
How does he do this over and over? Dan King is on fire. But still, it's Vici with the man advantage in this post plant.
I don't know if Slowly actually spotted out Zoking over at Sandwich, but surely he's suspecting it at the moment. You can see he's very cautious of clearing this angle, and that's a beautiful corner clear. Going to check Firebox as well. Slowly is just reading the situation to perfection at the moment. Drops the smoke grenade. Oh my goodness. Tyloo make this retake look so easy at this moment, and as he's... I mean, what is that? It's a 4-3. Vici all playing scared, not even offered the opportunity of setting up in a crossfire as Tyloo just walk in.
I don't think anyone fired a shot.
Not from Vici, no. They're just
No.
dead before they could even do anything. Perfect retake from Tyloo on a 3-on-5. I say 3-on-5 because, yes, it is Dan King that got a pick through the smoke early on. But that just looked too easy. Hang on a second. Another attack timeout called from Vici, but they need to start getting the confidence back because the way they were playing that was scared.
Yeah, that was not how you want to see Vici playing if they want any opportunity here in the final map of the series. And all I can think of them saying right now is somebody certainly is touching Vici's spaghetti. Taking everything, the whole dinner. Entree, main course, and desserts.
Beautiful, the entire course. The timing shot, the kiss to somebody afterwards as well. Just a little kiss on the forehead, and then slowly comes in, and then slowly is like, yeah, I'm pretty good at this game. Pretty good with the rifle. I like messing up Jordan Elfish Guy May's prediction.
Yep. Always a fun time. Vici finally with some early mid control. Good utility use, top mid and window. But where do they go from here? That's the question.
Look at this stack coming out from Tyloo. They just like with no information. Vici have gone 4 rounds in a row to A. And then so this is the round where Tyloo decide to 3-stack B.
Will the gamble pay off though? Vici, again, recycling smokes at top con and in window now. But a molly to short may just reroute them back towards connector here. They still have full control of Palace.
Once again, look at Slowly. He's really the linchpin at the moment. He's pushed all the way through B amps. He's going to push unders as well very soon. And that's going to be absolutely dangerous because that allows somebody to push forward a little bit more. This is honestly all down to timing. If Jam Young can come out of Palace and kill the sandwich player, it'll disrupt Dan King enough. But Slowly, oh my god, once again, this man's an absolute Jesus at finding the timing. Finally, at least Kaze is able to get a pick, but still it's just gone terribly wrong right now. As everyone's just dying from Vici Gaming, as somebody's going to clean up. Oh man, every single time you see Vici try to take map control, Slowly's pushing somewhere.
That's it. And all it takes is that one man making his way in behind enemy lines time and time again. And Vici unable to find an answer at all. Somebody gets it done. Kaze unable to go toe-to-toe at the moment with the opposing AWPer. Well,
like
one of the opposing 5 AWPers, rather.
I feel like a bit of a broken record at the moment, but once again, Vici going to go for that 3 out of Palace, and I just don't think it's going to work at this moment.
Now, Vici with a similar approach to what we saw before. It did get them onto site, but then they had nothing in the post plant. Attacker will be first point of contact here from under balcony. Oh, he's got Jam Young on his head, and Will manage to deal with him. Goes for 2. A third is found, and Dan King gets 1 of his own. So that will leave Orman on his little lonesome, unable to do a thing. 3 for Attacker, 2 for Dan King, and again another solid hold on the A side.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry about that one. I mean, it's you've got one person dropping off. He can't kill Attacker, so you can see Attacker misses that shot. Then he's just got he's got someone dancing on his head, for goodness sake. That's a headache and a half, but he still manages to kill those 2. Then he brings it back and kills the sandwich player before he's traded out.
I don't know.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this
chaos.
stage. Where is Slowly going? That's my question right now.
It's always laughing. And Slowly, straight up short this time. But Orman's gone very quick through unders, hoping to maybe catch Slowly in this position. utility used to try to maintain some control of middle now. There's a huge amount of utility expent. Slowly going forward, Orman into Con, will slide away. Summer waits for him on the other side though, but oh, he snuck his way to stairs. Summer, not aware of this position. Now it's a matter of moments. Orman will be spotted, but still hits the headshot onto Summer.
Great shot coming out from him. And now a bit of a hole exposed in the A bomb site. Attacker needs to try to stay alive. And somebody is going to go down as well over the B bomb site. Finally, things are going wrong right now for the CTs. This is all really down to Slowly how well he can hold on right now against Zoking.
Oh, they're going toe-to-toe, blow for blow. Slowly still survives, but Kaze comes in to do the janitorial duties. And now Dan King will be on the fast flank. He's all the way into apartments already, and there's no way Vici expect this. Coming from this position with an AWP pre-scoped, he might be able to find a kill, but the round, Vici's, 100%.
Yeah, it looks like he's just more interested in just trying to damage that Vici economy. And the question is where Vici are going to be exiting from. Looks like the first player who's going to be coming out of B apps, and Dan King's actually pushing forward at the moment. Sidearm in hand, actually perfect opponent to face off against a low HP member. Won't be able to find any more, so that might be the AWP upgrade for Kaze. But still, look at the money on 3 of these members of Tyloo. They can buy until the end of this half for sure.
Double off setup still ringing true. And there should be money to buy into the next, even if Tyloo do drop another round. But that is if. Because they are on fire right now. Vici, even though they found a round or two here and there, the momentum still in the favour of the defenders. Summer in a solid spot on top of Balk again. Bomb still in T-spawn. Kaze seemingly just waiting for a huge amount of mid-aggression from this position. Smoke coming through over towards the A side. It's going to be the full fake. Vici, sight set over on the B side.
Yep, Zoking going to be doing his best to try to sell this out, but you've got Dan King with the AWP over on the B bomb site and a very good off angle, and Summer's actually just cleared this out right now, so the rotation's going to start coming forward. Double AWP setup, and Orman's actually burnt Jam Young instead. As Kaze not even close to really proceeding on the B bomb site. Once again, this double AWP setup working an absolute charm right now. Kaze does finally manage to punish the aggression of Slowly, but he's by himself now.
If anyone could do it for Vici, it's this man, but unfortunately Tyloo are on a rampage right now, and it's Dan King just knocking Kaze's hopes and dreams down with that AWP as well. And the economy goes down with it. Not a huge buy going to come out from Vici as we head to the final round of the half. I believe Orman may just be struggling. Could be asking for a drop, but I saw an AWP purchased before we did jump into the replay there.
Yeah, I think Kaze had enough cash for an AWP, but the problem is 2 of the members have to go missing. So yes, Kaze does have the AWP, but Orman's only got the CZ, and Avant's actually got no utility whatsoever to play with. Out comes potentially a fast B site play, but Orman's already been isolated. Kaze gets the pick on B, so at the very least they've got the B site to play with. Jam Young on the late lurk. Great stuff from Kaze in the round. Needed to make impact with the AWP, has made it felt.
Solid pick and solid approach from Vici. Bomb's gone down, and with the man advantage, there may be hope for an 11-4 situation. Jam Young slides into CT at the perfect moment.
He's going to clear out market. This is going to be absolutely huge because now they know that everyone's going to be over here in the B apps area instead. Zoking needs to get out of Van.
But that's if he gets there in time. Summer still so deep on short now. Needs to make his move shortly. Slowly makes his way in. Kaze on the trade. Ooh, misses an opportunity. Now it is going to be a Jam Young spotting Dan King, who makes his way through. Ulterior route going to be taken. But the time is ticking down and the shots are hitting him straight onto the noggin. It's an 11-4 half. Tyloo lead by 7 as we are getting ready to go to the second half. We do have a break to get through. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Final half of the series on the other side. What a first half from Tyloo. Let's see if they can back it up on the offense because, well, they've had some rough situations on their T side all night. Betway certainly giving it to them, but Vici, we've seen how they've performed on the defense themselves, so it's not over yet. There's another half to get through.
And they have 4 rounds this time to play with as well, so enough at the very least to give themselves a bit of a buffer. We didn't see that, I guess, from both sides in the previous rounds where they really didn't have a buffer. Not the case this time. It all starts with the pistol, the ever-important pistol, as it looks like Tyloo looking to go straight to the A-bomb side as well this time around.
Not waiting around for anything at this point. Grouping up early with the execute. All 5 men making their way through. Somebody, the only one from Palace. Zoking hides for a perfect moment. Finds the head, wants some more as well. Orman finds one. There's a gap in that jungle smoke as well. It's a devastating round so far for Tyloo, but somebody in DanKing want to get back in the round. They still need to skewer the site and plant, though. Defensive smoke to get Advent back through. P2000 gets a bit of a showing, but DanKing, he has smashed it back through T-spawn and is looking to win it with the rotation, or is he?
He's dropped a flashbang over at B to try to fake it out, but might have dropped it a little bit too early on. You can see maybe Kaze is the only one that's going to be wondering, maybe it's a mid threat, maybe there's a B apps pressure. He's pushing over to top mid. I think he will realize he might miss the timing, so you can actually see the CT members slowly starting to fall back. It's all right now down to this one-on-one between DanKing as well as Jam Young at CT spawn. P250 up against USP. It's going to be a hell of a shot from DanKing if he manages to make it work out. And oh my goodness, what a hell of a shot it is. And he's facing Kaze as well. Fearless aggression right now from DanKing on the 1v2.
This man's insane and he wants some more as well. Vici going in together. They want to try to trade it, but Triple's a dangerous position and DanKing's dangerous as well with a P250. One more is all it's going to take and he'll slide away. Cop some damage, decoy to play with, but the P250 is on fire. Unfortunately, Kaze knocks him down a notch and there it is, Vici. Just like that, they'll be back in the game.
That was a disgusting shot. He gets the flick. I don't know exactly who onto Vici, but he just absolutely deletes them and had a chance to close it out against Kaze as well, but no body armor. All Kaze needed to do was get a few more body shots and managed to make it work out for Vici. So that's what I meant. You can say 7%. You keep the stats. I'll take the magic of Kaze. That was disgusting though. And the second one as well. Oh.
That's why it's 7%, because they keep on taking Tyloo on and getting destroyed by the big man, DanKing. Well, into the second we've gone, and with the bomb plant secured by DanKing solely, we will see the force buy come through. 2 AKs, a Galil, 2 Deagles with some util.
Double A ramp play coming out from Vici as they're looking to get aggressive, but attack is going to punish that.
Vici finding a unpleasant surprise waiting for them there.
That's not a good start because Tyloo, they have guns to work with. Their buy, actually, I would argue, is better than Vici's at the moment. They have all this connector control. They have all this A-ramp and Palace control. Perfect situation for them to crunch in the B-bomb site. Look, I really don't care that Advent's got all his B-apps control. You're just too scared about market. Sorry, not market. You're too scared about murder hole. You're too scared about A-ramp at this stage. And DanKing's just walk straight out.
And he's looking for some more as well, slowly, fully clearing that jungle area with the deep smoke. Orman, though, not going to go forward. Bomb tap comes through. DanKing, he just wants to fight. He's continually looking for these engagements over and over. But still, bomb going to be planted for that connector area. Somebody, even on 6 HP, still in a solid clutch position.
Yeah, he's fallen all the way back into unders as well, which is just a lethal position to be in. You can see that Orman's trying to do his best to clear it out, but the players are now falling right now for Vici, and 3 people alive right now for Tyloo. If they can get their hands and upgrades on some of the rifles, that would be pretty big. As Tyloo just very early on just able to reset the economy of Vici. Wouldn't be surprised to see Vici actually force buy into the next round. We need to see some of their key players fire up. Zoking, only 6 kills and 16 deaths for now. That's just not good enough right now. Jam Young, 7 and 15, has been really abysmal so far this entire series.
It's been slower start for Vici, and there was an opportunity there, but unfortunately, they went with the aggressive approach on the anti-eco and found that it wasn't an eco, there was AK's lane on the other side of a main. Now, as we head into the 18th, we are going to see a huge amount of utility from Tyloo. Vici, they've gone for the force right back. Scout in the hands of Kaze. We've seen this go big over the previous couple of weeks. Let's see if he does it again.
Yep, Zoking up close to the 5-7 as well. At close range, dropping a smoke. Perfect scenario for him, honestly, at the stage. Out comes the Palace players as well. He drops the smoke just at the right time. CT reinforcements, doesn't matter if they're behind smokes right now. They can try to play around it. Zoking, first point of contact.
Oh, and slowly coming out with that Mac-10 is looking dangerous as ever. But so is Kaze, still surviving. Jamyoung with the M4, still alive as well. And he's been on fire. Bomb may just be denied, but Jamyoung doesn't go for it. It's the over-aggression towards CT, which will be punished. But Jamyoung only good for the single now. Trades come through, favouring Tyloo. And that'll do it. The Mac-10 for 2 in the end. Summer doubling down as Tyloo now just 3 away from taking the third and final map of the series, sending themselves straight into the grand final. It could surely happen. And if Vici get one more round, then look, it's a mirror again. It could be a 16-6 affair.
The problem is right now, Vici's economy is just in the bin. They have no loss bonus built up after taking the pistol. They have to eco here. The most they're going to have on their players is what? 4,800? Yes, you can decide to go for an AWP there, but with no utility, no body armor, lack of utility in the rest of the players, or lack of firepower.
Nada. Nothing. Not enough.
I just don't think so. And that's the problem, because you drop that as... Like, what do you say about that? You're Zoking trying to tap away to smoke, and you just see this HE grenade land in your head, and you just see, like, that meme, we'll be right back.
Yeah, look, Attacker might have just given them an in, but unfortunately that USP is just AP shooter. And DanKing over the smoke as well as it fades, is happily just tapping away, knowing that he has every advantage in terms of confidence, but it's Attacker to snatch that one away in the end. Speaking of snatching, it's Tyloo looking like they are about to snatch the final map as well, because it's 14-5. Vici have nothing going for them, no momentum. Doesn't even look like they have confidence at this point.
They're just not winning the gunfights pretty much, and as soon as they take that pistol round, it's like, yeah, we finally did it, we won the pistol round. They dropped the force buy or the anti-eco afterwards. Can't really say it's an anti-eco. Tyloo had a better buy, which is pretty disturbing to think about. Great economy situation, by the way.
Well,
it's a perfect situation of great stuff, Vici. Now curb your enthusiasm because you're up against AKs, and you just go, well, how do I compete against this? Either I have to try to go for FAMASas and firepower, or I go with SMGs. And SMGs just cannot compete with AK-47s.
but Kev, it sounds like you've made a quality diagnosis there. Self-diagnosed, by the way. What do you think is the answer for Vici?
I dropped out of med school, by the way, so don't ask me for my diagnosis here.
Well, it's Max Anatomy, and we are going to find this one out together. It doesn't matter if you've dropped out. Hold my hand. We'll get through this together, my friend.
All right, Mac Daddy, where are we going in? Point me in the right direction, sir. Why am I putting on this voice at the moment? Tell me in this tech pause, I'm assuming.
I don't know how to enter. Up against Chinese teams, they're just all over the place. You look left, you see slowly, you look right. You've got somebody all over the place, all over the floor, spilling blood. Getting a bit sick, actually, so might have to patch that one up.
I don't think there's any patching to do, honestly, at this stage.
No, it is pretty much done and dusted at this point.
I want to be optimistic and go, look, Vici, they can try to struggle out of this bar round. They can try to move ahead with this and try to build at least something. But the issue is Tyloo have so many rounds to play with. They've got confidence on their side. DanKing is just on 23 kills at this stage, right? So the best case scenario for Vici was that they got the pistol. They built up their economy nice and early on, did the damage, got the confidence on their core players to hold on to the bomb sites, and then try to go from there and trade your 3 rounds for 1 round there, back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So Tyloo might have been on 13, Vici on 10 or 11. I would have believed that's possible. But this is the stage where Vici, it's desperation time right now. And how are you going to make that work?
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, so really, I don't personally have an answer, but I'm sure If you look over towards Kaze, over towards Jamyoung, someone.
No one's stepping up at the moment for Vici, though. That's the problem right now. You look at all the KDAs, there's not even, like, say, for example, Orman's hitting a couple of good shots, and maybe Kaze is hitting a couple of good orb shots as well. They're all just getting outclassed by Tyloo members right now. Every single one of them. You look at the scoreline, no one's even close. Tyloo is just manhandling them. Somebody's, like, the closest to maybe a Vici member. He's still got 12 kills and 9 deaths.
Well, look, we had a whole lot of mauling going on earlier in chat, and it looks like it's happening again.
There's more mold. There's always molding.
There's always mauling in chat.
If there's only one thing I've learned, it's just you take the odds if it doesn't work in your favor. Oh well, better luck next time. No point crying over spilt milk in this case.
Let's see if Tyloo can mop this one up. 2 rounds remaining for them to take, and we do see a very ambitious airstrike. Unfortunately, doesn't quite hit any of the Vici players there.
I don't think it got into connector, but they were very scared maybe there was someone trying to play that one way there. So it was a nice little attempt. And you can see that deep B-side smoke. Somebody's going to see it and go, all right, they might have deep apartments control. What are we going to do from here?
Look, Summer's been so good at making these solo plays all night. Let's see how long he can hold off 4 rotators. You've got 1 in window, 3 on the A site. Although it looks like somebody's actually coming back here. Calls being made. Bomb sending it to apartments. There it is. So it is the fake. And it looks like it could just be a 5v1 on the B site. Not looking good for Vici. As Tyloo, they are about to sneak up short. Although someone's been spotted. Attack with the trade. It's slowly now looking to go forward. Let's see how much time Advent can buy.
Yeah, Admin's dropping that smoke and just buying enough time. Actually able to play that position to perfection. Switches out to the Galil as well. DanKing, last man left standing. So Vici, maybe a little bit of life just yet. But they need to try to keep as many guns in the equation as possible.
Advent falling eventually, and DanKing wants to get it done, but the spray transfer won't work out this time. No 1v4, no more highlight reel clips for DanKing. It is going to be Vici finally off the back of the tech pause, clutching yet another round.
Yeah, I mean, that was just down to Advent. I mean, I don't know why the Tees were so insistent on pushing through that smoke. A bit of a mistake from Slowly, I would say. Not really timing with somebody, getting that trade across, and that really makes DanKing's position really hard from there. Look, taking a lot of rifles off is still good at the end, because only 2 alive for Vici means that Orman once again has to struggle, and is just fast out A. Attacker's just gone for the contact play. He's got the entry. A side is just completely open for business.
And Tyloo, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Aggression seems to be the key again. Vici, 3 remain,
no.
make it 2. This looks like it could be all she wrote right now. Attacker holding strong. Last alive is Kaze. And he was spotted before as well. Down to 42 HP, he will be packing. And Tyloo is hungry as ever, already on the hunt, making sure there is nothing saved over for Vici into potentially the final round of the series.
Yep, and Tyloo, they're just going to go against a completely broken Vici economy as well. And I would say spiritly broken as well. This has just been another case of Tyloo just destroying. You have Attacker just coming out. And you know, by name, by nature, man attacks. Then he just keeps attacking. And he just keeps attacking. And he just keeps attacking. And Vici have absolutely no rifles to work with in this one. You can't even buy a FAMAS on some of these players. Like, if you're Advent, yeah, sure, go ahead, buy a FAMAS, but then what?
Like a broken record, Attacker does it time and time again. But DanKing still leading the charge, having a solid series so far. Solid couple of games here in DreamHack Masters. And Tyloo going for the faster approach again. This time it's straight up short. Let's see if they can dominate this position. Orman's down in lowers, but it's ladder that Tyloo's looking for. But oh, look at this. Zoking, he's gone forward, but he stopped. He's hit a Yui in again. Back to A main. He's gone. He hasn't found that bomb. That could have been the round, but it might just be anyway. Man advantage for Vici as Summer has some words to say.
This is such a chaotic round. It's just gone back and forth, and finally it looks like it is going to actually be picked up by Vici, in all honesty, as this time around Tyloo trying to spread all across the map. Not really going to work in their favor. I don't know where Orman's looking, but he's looking in La La Land there. And it's all down to Summer right now to try to find the engagements. He's actually cracking them open one by one. Down to the last aim duel. You could almost see him winning it as well. Advent, though, staying strong. But a match point for Tyloo once again to work with.
Vici need 8 more rounds in a row to take this one to overtime. That is a huge task with how Tyloo's performing currently. You could see that there was some chaos going on with the communication there. Orman running in, not looking in the right direction. And in the 23rd round, Tyloo going for a slower approach. 2-1-2 split. Advent left solo on the B site, but will shortly be joined by Kaze. And with all that damage done, the economy has not left Vici in a good position. The buy all over the place for them here.
That helps, though, getting the first entry. That's going to alleviate some of the pressure, but that also just tells Tyloo just to group up over to the A bomb site instead. As Orman, I think, might have just missed the timing onto Dan King.
Dan King almost gets away with murder there. But Zoking in a solid position. Close range MP9 up against Summer could pay some dividends.
Attacker snuck out, though. Oh, no. It's Attacker once again. He attack.
And it looked like that this might be almost all over Red Rover. Vici still have the numbers, but I just don't back them with the lack of firepower at the moment. Zoking needs a hand, and Advent is the one to reach out.
What is this from Tyloo? They get an entry and they fall back. They just try to draw the rotations from Vici. They try to let the time tick away and just let Vici get nervous. And this might actually just work right now because Vici will have no idea what's going on. Summer's going to molly on the balcony. This is going to force Zoking to move as well. As Zoking fighting out in the open. It's Attacker once again finding the impact alongside with Summer. And just like that, the situation is turned around into a 3-on-2. Both CTs tagged up. Bomb plant's going to go down safely. I think this might be all over.
Everything going wrong again for Vici. 15-7. Is it going to tick over to 16? Slowly on-site. Summer peeking on the contact. There's the first. Kaze needs to try to clutch it. 1v2. Him against the world. Finds the first, but slowly. The man's been on fire all night, and he's the man to close it. 16-7. The final scoreline for map number 3. There it is. Tyloo have booked their ticket into the grand finals. We'll be right back to break all of that down just after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Flashbang's affected. They have got through the smoke wall here, but Chris J, he is the final boss of the bomb site.
Now Spitty and Chris J to keep Mousesports alive.
Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God!
Can they actually close this out? Boom, Chris.
Fantastic way to start, and no scopes on him himself. Absolutely saving Mousesports.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
What a scorcher of a series to end the night here. Tyloo toppling Vici again in the 2-for-1 series. Well, it was a massive map there on Mirage. Tyloo just knocking Vici down a notch and sending their way into the grand finals. Vici now will be going down to the lower bracket to meet the winner of Beyond and Lucid Dream. They did a pretty good job though, you know. Over in the second map, there was a very, very solid situation there. But, you know, Overpass, I feel like that's where Vici should have shone. And at that point, it's like it could have been a 2-0 for Vici.
Yeah, it might have been if they had actually got to play Overpass, but Tyloo didn't let them play. If the other team doesn't let you play Counter-Strike, what can you do?
I think overall this series was, honestly, and I know this sounds really disrespectful, it was a really bad series overall. It was just one-sided maps. We were expecting a lot of a closer contest. And look, sometimes these domestic rivalries do work like this. It's just one team seems to have the handle on the other team in terms of their map picks and whatnot. I don't know. It's frustrating to watch because you know that both Vici are better than this and Tyloo are better than this on the maps that they lost. The scoreline just one-sided. That's what I can say.
I guess it's a solid argument, but at the end of the day, you know, both teams tried their hardest, and unfortunately, consistency is an issue. We speak about it time and time again, and you could see today the consistency, even of Tyloo, you know, on that second map, just, you know, Inferno. You're like, they're all right at this. The stats say they're not, and the stats didn't lie this time.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen them, but this series really just reminds me of those like ridiculous like slapping competition videos where it's just one guy like slaps his opponent and then he's like, all right, now you're going to slap me as hard as you can. And that's essentially what this best of 3 series was.
So it's like slap chicken.
Yeah, slap chicken. That's literally what it was. Just 16-17 each other, just slapping each other as hard as they can.
Yeah, and it just got to...
it turns out that Tyloo, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, it's all good, it's all good.
Tyloo clapped those cheeks the hardest.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing here as well, it's just more of Vici just didn't put themselves in a good situation on that T-side a lot of the time, not really able to kind of just execute. They tried going for the same thing. They weren't able to trade out each other effectively. And I think overall, it was just that retake round, whereas a 4-on-3, I think that sums it up for me for Vici, is that towards the end, I don't know if it's a stamina issue, I don't know if it's fatigue, or just something that's, I think it's just mental at this stage. Normally you see a team like Vici, okay, they're fighting that. They're fighting a 4-on-3 retake. They're confident in their swings. They all played so passive. They were just hiding in a corner, trying to play one-and-done positions, not supporting each other. And, like, that's just... When do you see Vici doing that?
I mean, unfortunately, more frequently than you would like to, and a lot when it comes to Tyloo bullying them. So that's pretty much explains that one.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us towards the end of the day, so let's quickly bring up the bracket and see where all these teams currently stand. We were talking about it before, and we'll say it again. So 2-1 to Vici after today's match in the Asian region. Now, Tyloo has gone over to that grand final. You can see Vici dropping down for the consolidation final. But down in lower bracket round 1, you've got Beyond about to take on Lucid Dream. It's a battle of the Thai teams, and it will be a pretty solid affair, I'd say.
I think it's going to be a one-sided game, to be honest. It could be a one map taken by Beyond. It's on them to sort of turn up to that game. But Lucid Dream, they already have the mental edge over Beyond in that Thai matchup. They seem to win against them all the time, whether they've got the Koreans playing on their squad, whether it was their old Thai roster. When it comes to them against that Alpha Red core, they always seem to have their number. They always seem to come out ahead, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a squad led by CBBK once again.
Yep, absolutely. And when it comes to the dire situations, look, I'd like to see an upset from Beyond, but probably a Lucid Dream victory.
Yeah, I feel like Lucid Dream are probably going to take it. You know, historically, they always just have that upper hand. And from what we saw the other day, they certainly looked like the better of the two teams. So I feel like it's going to be no real surprises as we head over to those matches tomorrow.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It should be pretty one-sided. They already slapped them in Road to Rio. So even with these couple of players coming into their roster who've already shown, you know, some prowess to actually have some good performances against Vici the other day. Definitely not disappointing pickups for Lucid Dream, and I'm keen to see that roster develop. So at least if they don't finish last place in this competition, there's no shame coming to Vici and Tyloo.
Yeah, I mean, still a chance for them to win. So don't forget, you can make that lower bracket run. Sometimes miracles happen. Sometimes a little bit of magic happens. I know I repeat it, but everyone likes a bit of a Cinderella story, so...
Well, speaking of Cinderella stories, I've got a Cinderella moment for you as well. It is going to be the Corsair play of the day, and it is Slowly with a Deagle ace over on Inferno. That's right, he was really tapping some heads today, and even though Tyloo didn't necessarily win this map, Slowly was on fire with the Deagle in this round.
Yeah, he's a pretty good Deagle player, honestly. A lot of Tyloo players are. This is really just him body-shotting people, to be honest, rather than hitting that many heads. I'm pretty sure that was 5 body shots with players that were pretty tagged up, so... it's pretty interesting. It does show you an interesting dynamic to the Deagle, which it's not all about hitting those 1Bs. It's just inherently a strong weapon with a spread that's kind of manageable if you do tap your rate of fire. So with just the high amount of damage that it can output, you really can just sort of tap spam away and have good results with that.
Yeah, and it's solid to see, you know, on those force buys when everyone has the Deagle to play with, if you do go for those body shots, you can easily cause upsets just like that round.
I mean, it used to be a bit of a meme in a lot of my teams that I had terrible aim, and I used to just body shot people at close range rather than trying to 1B people, and it worked out pretty effectively half the time anyway.
Here's the whole thing mathematically, right? What do you aim for? Do you aim for these like smaller pixels and try to chance for a shot when your gun's not that accurate? Or when you're at close range, you aim for the center of mass, which is a lot larger and easier to hit. And if you do hit it, you do about 50 or 60 damage, and you just need to click twice. Wow, you've got to click one more time, additionally.
That's a lot. That's twice the clicking. I don't know if I can output
have you guys not seen the Reddit thread about why Astralis aim at chest height? Like, seriously, guys? Please.
Look, we were talking before, and we were talking how I was the mathematical genius, but I need to hand that over to you, Kev. Look, you've crunched the numbers, and 2 body shots with a Deagle seems to be
at close
the new
range
play.
I don't know exactly like where the fall off is just yet. Once I get like back into the nerd stage, you probably can find me going exactly, yep, if you fall outside maybe the X amount of hammer units, that's when the damage range falls off and you need exactly 3 hits. I'll let you know maybe tomorrow. That's something I'm interested in now, so I'll just go do my homework tonight.
Well, all I'm going to say is that Kev is essentially just that classic meme of the brainlet, but in his thought bubble is a dude with a giant brain that just extends into the mass of the universe. That's essentially you right now, Kevin.
I don't know about that. I just like talking about things like at a distance, what works out, what doesn't. So it all comes down to stats at the end of the day and what's more efficient.
Well, what's more efficient indeed. But before we do come to a close, I would like to thank again the sponsors for, you know, sponsoring the show and giving us the opportunity to bring you all the action from both the Asian and Oceanic regions. DreamHack Masters surely are very, very happy with what they have done for the show.
Yeah, happy that we're giving these teams a chance to compete and improve. I mean, teams like Chiefs, this is a very valuable experience for them. It gives teams who are, you know, on top of the region a chance to be match fit, like a Renegades or something like that. So, yeah, it's great to be supported by these tournaments.
Yeah, well, that will bring us to the end of the day here at DreamHack Masters. Congratulations to both Renegades and Tyloo for getting the W's today. And that's going to be it from us. So, good night. It is not farewell, though. We'll see you tomorrow.